So for grading of coal or classification of coal, there must be the requirement of analysis of coal. There are two types of analysis of coal. First, proximate analysis. Second, ultimate analysis. In proximate analysis, we analyze or we check the properties of moisture content, ash content, volatile matter content, and fixed carbon atom. And in ultimate analysis, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, sulfur, and ash in the ultimate analysis. So in proximate analysis, the moisture is as analyzed by the method of take 1 gram of coal sample and heat up to 1 hour by 105 to 110 degrees Celsius. So the all waters are evaporated. So we are calculate the moisture percentage by loss of weight into 100 divided by weight of coal. So this is the analysis of moisture. So analysis of ash. So in ash, take a 1 gram of coal, heat 400 to 450 degrees Celsius, and after 1 hour, keep the lid and again heat 750 degrees Celsius for 1 hour. So we got the ash content. Next, volatile matter. Take 1 gram of substance, coal, and heat up to 925 degrees Celsius for 7 minutes. So after comparing its previous weight and after heating weight, multiply by 100, we get the volatile matter. And also, as we discussed, the fixed carbon is equal to 100 minus moisture, ash content, and volatile matter. So this is the all proximate analysis. Second, today we will discuss the ultimate analysis. For ultimate analysis, we analyze we see the analyzing method of carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, sulfur. So this is the ultimate analysis, and phosphorus. So in ultimate analysis of carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur, and phosphorus. So first see the analysis of or determination of carbon and hydrogen. So for determination of carbon and hydrogen, we see the apparatus like this. So in this apparatus there are two U tubes. It contains anhydrous CaCl2 and second it contains KOH. Here we kept a sample and provide the combustion or heat providing heat. When the carbon atom or carbon comes, here we also supply the oxygen. Where comes carbon combining with oxygen to form the CO2. And this CO2, here comes the CO2, and this CO2 is react with KOH. So we measure the weight of that tube, previous weight, and after CO2 combine form K2C2O3 weight. The weight difference between previous and next, there be the we are calculate the percentage of carbon atom. Second, hydrogen, determine the hydrogen. So here after heating the coal sample, the liberation of hydrogen. So hydrogen is combined with oxygen to form the water molecule. The water molecule is come on this tube. This is the anhydrous CaCl2 tube. So we measure the weight this tube as before passing the hydrogen and after passing hydrogen. The weight difference between two, we are calculate the water molecule. So CaCl2 plus H2O2 form the So the percentage is increasing the weight with KOH. Here increasing the weight with CaCl2. So we determine the carbon and hydrogen. Second, determination of nitrogen. As we all see, the determination of nitrogen, we use the Jaldas plus or Jaldas method for determination of percentage of nitrogen. Formula for percentage of carbon: increase weight of KOH tube into 12 into 100 divided by weight of sample into 44. And percentage of hydrogen: increase weight of CaCl2 tube into 2 into 100 divided by weight of coal sample into 18. So next point is the determination of nitrogen. So the percentage of nitrogen can be calculated by take 1 gram of coal in Jaldas flask and heating it with a concentrated H2SO4, and also take a 0.1 gram of chromic acid. After some time, there is liberation of ammonia. So here in coal present a nitrogen. Here by heating, there is liberation of nitrogen to by the reaction of H2SO to form the ammonia is liberated. So liberated ammonia is titrated against it with a known volume of acid, known concentration or known normality of acid. So this is the ammonia base or acid. So at this method we will determine the nitrogen in coal. Formula is percentage of nitrogen is equal to volume of KOH for blank solution minus volume of KOH for test solution into normality of acid multiplied by 1.4 divided by weight of sample. So this determine the nitrogen. Next, determination of phosphorus. So phosphorus is determined by or analyzed by heating the coal sample 700 to 750 degrees Celsius in platinum crucible. So we obtain the ash. So this ash mix with 10 ml HCl and again heat to evaporation. So again we add the HNO3, 5 ml HNO3. Then residue is formed, and then this phosphorus percentage of phosphorus is calculated by volumetrically by using phosphomolybdenate. So we determine the percentage of phosphorus. So next, determine the percentage of sulfur. So sulfur can be determined by using first Bohm method and other by volumetrically, by gravimetrically. So the percentage of sulfur by oxygen Bohm method. Oxygen Bohm method is like the calorimetrically. It's calorific value measured in Bohm instrument. So this the instrument, it is known as Bohm instrument. So oxygen is determined by using Bohm method. So in this method, sample is kept in a cup made up of platinum. The instrument is known as Bohm. So the platinum wire is assembly on the Bohm ignited the instrument. After 10 minutes, remove the pressure in the bomb. So the precipitation is formed. So the precipitation, we weight the precipitation. So we determine the percentage of sulfur. So here in ultimate analysis, we see the determination of percentage of, or estimate the percentage of carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur and phosphorus. So carbon and hydrogen we are determined by using this tube method. First anhydride CaCl2, then KOH. Carbon dioxide is mixed with form KOH to form the K2C2O3. We measure this tube weight before and after. So we got the percentage of carbon. Next CaCl2, when we the combustion of sample, the hydrogen gas is mixed with oxygen to form the water molecule. This water molecule react with CaCl2 and we measure its weight before and after. So determination of nitrogen. Nitrogen determined by Jalda's plus. So this is all about the ultimate analysis.